Hey everybody, I'm going to come out with back-to-back videos here. Hopefully we can get this done. In Jesus' name, none of me, Lord, and all of you, I pray. Alright, so I'm going to share a dream / vision that I've been having about, I have it all written down, but about 3 weeks ago, I had this dream, and it was like a vision dream. Okay, so it's like when you're taking a nap on the couch and you're not quite asleep, not quite awake, and or right before waking in the morning, from a deep sleep. So that's a dream / vision, and open visions, of course, I get, but that's about it. So, and then when they're in vivid color, that makes a difference too. And without trying to get analytical about everything, let me just share. Okay, so 3 weeks ago, I had this dream. I lived in this old apartment building, and it was a big apartment building, and I had to walk around back in order to get up the stairs onto the 3rd floor to my apartment and down a long, where the porch was, to take a right to get in my door. And when I got in my door, I had to walk down a hallway to get to the main part of the apartment. So being there for a little while and just, living a life without getting, every little detail that's not important in here. I just lived my life, and my daughters are with me. And obviously it was like a 70s style place back in the day. Believe this or not, creative. I did macrame, beading, all that stuff. If you missed the 70s, I'm sorry, but they were great years. Formative years. So I did all this creativity stuff, and wherever I was, I made it a home. And apple crates for end tables. It didn't matter. Material things never meant anything to me. But it was always cool, and always me, and always a home. All right, so all of a sudden, one day, I had a knowing, and I don't know the reason, okay? I just know that I knew that I had to get out that day. I had to pack up everything and move. And I remembered packing up everything, and then all of a sudden I didn't have any room or any place to put the stuff that was left. So there was an opening in the wall that was a foot wide and very, very deep, like a walk-in closet, but it was kind of hidden. And so I just stuffed everything that I owned in there, or what was left, okay? I mean, no big deal, like papers, books, just things. But I know that, you clean up after you move out of a place, etc., etc. So that's what I was doing. And for some reason, I couldn't get back to pick up the stuff that was in the wall. And there was a couple times after that I had this overwhelming vision kind of thing, open vision, where it was I need to get back there and clean this up. And I go, why am I thinking that? Because shortly after moving out and stuffing all the stuff in the wall, I woke up and thinking, well, that was really crazy. So, like I said, then the visions came, and my heart would pound, I had to go, it was urgent that I had to go get my stuff. But then again, there was never a way to get it, because then I had a morning time one where it was the same scenario. It was the old apartment building, and I remember thinking, oh my goodness, as I'm walking up to it, oh yeah, I remembered my stuff, and I've got to go get it. It's just an integrity thing. And I didn't know why, but I know I had to clean it up and get it out of there. And that was before the new people that were going to move in or something found it, or something like that. But then I remember when I went up the back stairs, the stairs were like more broken, and they were all wood. The whole porch was wood, and the railings along the porch, I saw cracks in them, and they were wobbling, like when you're walking on something and it's bouncing. It was pretty unstable. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this is like falling apart. It's gonna fall apart on me. So I went and knocked on the door, and I went in, and there were people there, but for some reason I couldn't get to where I had hid everything, is what I kept thinking, because I didn't want them to see it there, and or me taking it. So I didn't take anything, and I just kind of left. And then again, noticing just the deterioration of the stairs and the fact that they were breaking on the way down even, and thinking, my goodness, this whole place is going to go. Maybe I don't need to ever come back and get that stuff. And I felt bad about it. In my heart, there was a heaviness and a sorrow, because it's an integrity thing, right? That's what you do. So I'm thinking, okay, Lord, I know that when you say in the word, like, verily, verily, things like this twice, you mean it. And I've had this similar dream twice, and it's like a deja vu, and it's pretty much the same thing. I see everything in vivid colors, the styles, everything, and I don't understand any of this. What are we talking about here? Now, during this time, I've also had been seeing the numbers 7-11, like consistently, like in everything. And I'm not one of them crazy people that look for things, all right? It just so happens to be 11:11 when I look at the clock, and or it was 11:19 when I started this video. I don't create these things. I don't do these things on purpose. They just show up. So again, talking to my best friend, which is Jesus, right? And I'm trying to sort this out and find out the meaning of it. If there was something that he was trying to show me, or what this was all about. And I didn't want to be crazy. I didn't want to put it out here. And I know that, a lot of times when we put our dreams and things out here, it matches or pieces with other people's. Okay, so then about 4 days ago now, I had another moment where I sat on the couch and fell asleep and took a nap. And this time, and I prayed, this is so encouraging for y'all. This time, I was in a place in the same town or wherever I was at, and it was an older building with a bunch of people, and we were walking out. When I was walking out, there was a man standing there on the street, and like on the sidewalk, street, curb area. Now when I look at people, I kind of look at them with eyes in their eyes, not their anything else, but I did notice that he was like a stout man, not chunky. He was well built, not like a bodybuilder, more like a wrestler, boxer kind of person, that kind of style. And he had brown hair and he had beautiful eyes. But I know, of course, no, it wasn't Jesus. And he looked at me as I'm walking down the stairs. I caught his eye, and he said to me, "Come on, we need to go." And obviously I must have knew him. I didn't know. I said goodbye to the crowd of people, which I know that I knew, but I can't tell you who they were. And obviously trusted this man and believed him and said, okay, let's go. So as I'm walking with this man, we're not talking, I see this apartment building that I'm trying to get into and get my stuff, right? And I went, oh, wait a minute. I gotta stop and I gotta get this. I gotta go get the stuff that's in there. And he said to me, no, you don't. Come on, it's time to go. I'm like, okay. So we continued walking. Then right there is when we went around a corner. And that's where the scene changed. And as I turned the corner, oh my goodness, there was this beautiful glow. Um, Clouds of glory, I want to call them. There was clouds everywhere. They were white and beautiful, puffy, and they were all, I've had a feeling, a sense, a presence of peace and love and just everything right there. And it was gold and it was so bright. It was extremely bright. And I'm thinking, wow, what is this place? And I was in awe as I looked over to the right, and there was this huge ship. I want to call it a ship. There's not a picture on the internet that I could even come close to showing to describe it. That's why I'm sharing the rainbow. I promise. So, I looked at the ship, and it was huge. It was humongous. And I knew it was a cruise ship. I've taken many. And in front of the ship, oh yeah, that was the other thing. It was like a sea of glass that was there. That was the reflection on the bottom because there was no water, right? I have no idea how the ship was standing, but I do know that it was standing there or sitting there, whatever you want to call it, and there was no water. It was like a beautiful, like ice glass, sea of glass, and glory clouds everywhere, and gold, and just illuminating, and it was so bright and beautiful. And as I looked down at the ship on the ground, I saw like some clothing. I saw like a pair of pants and a top, maybe some shoes, and things like this. And I was bewildered for a moment. So the guy, was standing to the right of me. And I looked over at him, and, the times that I've had times with the Lord and His presence, those kind of things. And He's never, like, really spoken to me. It's always been, like, a telepathy thing and or a knowing. And I'm questioning, like, in my mind, like, what is this place? Where am I? And what's happening? And as I'm saying this, I see his eyes just totally light up as he says to me, come on, it's time to go. And I woke up. So the 7-Eleven that I'm seeing all the time, then that started, of course, 7-Eleven, you know what that is. That's Noah and the flood and the ship. Was the ship the ark? I don't know. I'm putting all these things together and talking to the Lord about them and still feeling and seeing and struggling all week to get this out. So what I had seen in the community last night was a sister had put up a post about seeing the number 3, and things come in threes, right? When I see threes or think of threes, I think of confirmation, 3's a confirmation, Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, just all those things, 333, just all that crazy stuff. Us conspiracy theorists, but I don't look for them. So 7-Eleven, all right, and 7-Eleven is coming up, right? As it says that, it's crazy, and Genesis 7:11 is on the 17th day of the second month, right, is when the flood started. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, that's coming up really soon, as I'm sorting all of this out. And so, wow, I thought, wow, this is really crazy, because the 3's, the confirmation, I've had this 3 times, and deja vu kind of stuff, and actually the same stuff over and over. And I always analyze everything, or try to analyze everything when I just got to let go and let God. And there's a message in here somewhere. And brothers and sisters, I think He's saying, come on, it's time to go. And it's a promise First time was with flood. There's no coincidences in Jesus. Genesis 7:11. First time flood. Second time fire. We're not here for that second time because we learned a mystery in 1 Corinthians 15:50-53. After the ascension, and Jesus tells Paul, and we know that soon, Titus 2:13, our blessed hope, will part those clouds. It's in 1 Thessalonians 4:14-18, and call us up hither. So I say that this is Debbie from Texas saying peace out. Maranatha. Let's keep looking up because the King is coming.